Hey everyone! Let me make sure that everything is going. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys see me? Yes, okay. We are live. Welcome everyone. Let's go through the chat real quick. Mike Wheeler, first and foremost, the magnificent Mike Wheeler. Amy, AJC Magic TV. Piglet Rue Loves Disney. Karen D. James Ryan. Joey. Sorry, Mcneil. Welcome in, guys. And here, as you can see, we have Dougie, the amazing Harry Potter expert extraordinaire. We're going to do part 2 of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. We'll see how much time we have today. At the end, we will have some trivia. I not accidentally, because I did this on purpose, but I didn't realize that it was 30 pages of Harry Potter trivia questions. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting. So we'll see what happens. If anyone wants to come pop into the stream, you are more than welcome to. Even if you just want to do audio, that's fine too. I will send the link in the chat in just 1 second. And there's a link if anyone wants to come pop on and share their opinions. Feel free. So we're going to start off with a little bit of what we call, what everyone else calls, and I've just kind of taken it because it works, housekeeping. I just want to thank Dean from the Live Place. If you don't know what the Live Place is, which I'm sure you do, it's like a TV guide for YouTube. Amazing guy, runs the whole website, does it for free, and he is phenomenal. So hats off to you, Dean. Thank you so much for everything that you do. And if I had sponsors, this is the part where I would do sponsors, but I don't because I'm a small channel and it's quite all right. So next we have Dougie. I already said that. He joined me last week, and I'm so grateful that you were willing to join me again for this week. And we're going to continue our Harry Potter discussion. There is something, though, that I wanted to ask last week, and as part of the intro, and of course I didn't, and of course I lost my notes, but I think I remember what it was. I know that you mentioned that you have every edition of the Harry Potter books?
Right? Not quite every, but most American and British ones, yeah.
Okay. Do you have the thing I found your stream, by the way, with you showing your books, and I completely
That's very out of date. That is very out of date. There's
okay,
a lot more books now.
Okay. So, if anyone, Pam, welcome in, Pam. And anyone else I missed? Did I miss anyone? Let's see. Nope, I think I got everyone. So it had me thinking. I was wondering, do you just collect Harry Potter books, or do you have other like memorabilia that you collect?
So I haven't long started collecting Harry Potter memorabilia. Now that because I moved into this flat. Oh, actually longer ago than I thought. 10 months ago, and I'm still in the process of trying to get it sorted out. Karen, there is a Scots edition of the first Harry Potter. Yes, there's a translated into Scottish version. So I've got the replicas of the Philosopher's Stone, the Time Turner, and the locket in the cave, which is the only one to hand.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all. I know at my mum and dad's house up in the loft, there are a lot of Harry Potter action figures still in their boxes because I was that kid that left things in their boxes. And they're worth nothing.
But once I think you take them out of the box, they might mean a little bit more now that you're older.
To be fair, they're probably going to end up in a bin somewhere. But
Hope not. That would be crappy. A stinky Can I say crappy? Is that all right?
Yeah.
Good. All right. It's my stream, right? I mean, hey. Welcome in, Jeff Resendiz. Good to see you. So yeah, that was really the one question that I wanted to ask you, and I meant to ask you. No, I didn't mean to ask you last week because it was a question that came to me this week when I went back and was peeking back on your channel at some of your old videos. But yeah, all right. So let's get started. I thought we would start off with some of our favorite quotes. We'll see where time leaves us, and then maybe we can talk about, because something that I did want to talk about, we kind of discussed differences and similarities and stuff between the books and the movies, but I think I want to touch a little bit on like what are some of your favorite scenes from either the books or the movies. So because it can be different than, you know, what are the differences and similarities, and what are some of our favorites. So I figured we could do a little bit of that. So Dougie, do you have any favorite quotes that you want to share?
Hang on, I've got them written here. They're not particularly inspiring ones. There's all the usual ones that people are going to quote, like it does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live.
Mm-hmm.
And the very famous Dumbledore, it takes a great deal of bravery to stand up to our enemies, but just as much to stand up to our friends, which is fantastic. Where's the rest of them that I had down? Blah, blah, blah. But a lot of the quotes and stuff that stand out in the books to me, or the lines that I remember, are they're not like the big important ones. They're just the silly little ones. Like I really like when Fred and George are talking about when they get their jumpers and they say, "We know that we are called Gred and Forge," and for some reason that just has stuck in my head since the first time I read the book, and pops in there just at random every now and then. That's probably one of my favorites. And in the book, when they're trying to get out of the devil's snare, because in the film it's all about light, but in the book it's fire, and I really like the exchange between like Hermione and Ron, because Hermione's panicking about where do you get wood, and it's just like you're a witch, are you a witch or not? And I really enjoyed that one. Yeah, little character moments that are scattered throughout the books. That's the quotes that I remember and like.
Yeah, I agree. Those are some of my favorites that were on there too. But I'm not even going to go in order, except to say my number one was Peeves at the beginning when he says, "Naughty, naughty, you'll get caughty." I lose it every time I read that. And it's one of the reasons why I'm so miffed about the fact that they didn't put Peeves in the movie, because it just would have made the movie so much better. Even if you kept the movies as they were, but just put Peeves' essential scenes in, that's what would have did it for me. And that just, yeah.
I love Peeves, and yeah, that's one of the saddest things removed for me.
Yeah, absolutely. So, a couple of my other ones was, I think this one's just from the movie. I don't think this one's in the book, but it's the part where Ron says she needs to sort out her priorities. I know everybody loves that quote, because let's face it, I mean, Hermione's got priorities, but they're not aligned with what Ron's are, and that's the best part, you know? It's like they're two opposite ends of the spectrum. It's like night and day with the two of them, and they crack me up. I love, the little character interactions and the bits and stuff. But yeah, the other one I had was, "It does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live," about the Mirror of Erised. And then the other one was, that I love, is when Neville says, "There's no need to tell me I'm not brave enough to be in Gryffindor." It's in the middle of the book when he's talking. I think he's talking to, when he comes into the common room of Gryffindor, and he's got his like Malfoy did something to his leg or something like that, or he's hopped, I don't know, whatever it was, and they're like, you have to stand up to him, and he says, listen, you know, you don't have to tell me I'm not brave enough to be in Gryffindor. And it's like how that one line gets just proven so wrong throughout the series, and I just absolutely love that. Those are a couple of mine, and let's see, obviously the infamous. I got it out of the library for a bit of light reading when Hermione pulls out this big old book, and when she finds the information I think about Nicholas Flamel. It's like light reading. It just cracks me up.
I like. I mean, I don't like Draco Malfoy, but I like some of his. They get worse as the books go on, but I'd like some of his put downs. Like I think they get less realistic and a bit cringy as the books go on. Mm-hmm. But when he says, "Long bottom, if brains were gold, you'd be poorer than Weasley," and that's saying something. I just that like. You don't want to be on Draco's side, but I know if I was sitting somewhere and heard that, I'd laugh.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. Some of the things he comes up with, it's like, how can you not laugh? Because it's funny. I mean, yeah. He's honestly, I think he's a great character. Just, you know, I think J.K. Rowling really did a really phenomenal job in creating his character. I think that he's like, for me, he's like the quintessential bully. You know, he's like the epitome of what a bully should be. Yeah, and you know, the other, I think it's interesting. Is I think another perspective about Malfoy is because it's how he raised. I don't think he realizes at first that he is a bully. I think that's just how he is, and it's what it is. And then as you see him, you know, throughout the books, in the movies, I think throughout the movies too, you see kind of a character progression where, you know, he comes to that point where he doesn't want to be that person. You know, he wants, you know.
Yeah, he's very much the epitome of hate's. Hate's not an innate thing; it's taught.
Right.
And these things that he's saying are just things that he believes because it's been told that's a fact. Yep. Yeah, I like what she did with Draco. He's more interesting than like Dudley, who's just a bad kid. Like,
I agree. Although at the end of the books, which, you know, which will come, you know, that one scene particularly, I really I thought was very endearing. But yeah, but we'll get into that at another point in time. Did you have any other quotes, Dougie, that you had that you wanted to?
Those are my main ones. I wrote a bunch down. There is the other quote. The trouble is, humans do have a knack of choosing precisely those things that are worst for them. I like that. It's very true. And the one that I relate to the absolute most. Where is it? I bookmarked a whole bunch, and the one can never have enough socks, because I'm an obsessive sock purchaser. I like to have 365 new pairs of socks a year. So yeah, I relate hard to that one.
That was good. I almost put that one down, and then I was like, yeah, I like socks, but I don't know. I can tell you, I got, like, for Christmas, I got that box of like 12 days of Harry Potter socks, and then I have other various Harry Potter socks. My friend went to the UK and brought me back Harry Potter socks. And so, but my kids, my daughters, they just kind of hijacked a lot of them, which really makes me upset. And just kind of, you know, the whole sock in the dryer, just, you know, never come out of pair. And it rings true in this house. And it's just so infuriating because I'm like, so now I walk around wearing mismatched Harry Potter socks. And so I keep buying new ones because other ones are mismatched. So yeah, I feel like you got to have some matching ones. And sometimes it's a miracle when we find a pair, but yeah.
You never need, I mean, I only buy black socks, so all my socks match, but
Well, you know the Black Sock song, right?
No.
Good, I wouldn't sing it.
Okay.
It's a legit
I'll
song.
find.
I'll find it on YouTube and send you the link. But yeah, anyone
Okay.
else, look up Black Socks on YouTube. It's a local musician to the area where my husband grew up, and it's quite a popular song. And when I moved up here to upstate New York, people sang the song, and we were like, "You know that song?" And it was so now whenever anyone mentions Black Socks, that's immediately what my go-to is the Black Sox song. But yeah, anyways, yeah. So all right, I'll give a couple more of my quotes. And this one is on the top two, and it's a Ron quote where after their first encounter with meeting Hagrid in the hut and seeing that he has bought a dragon egg and it's brewing in the fire, and it's the new scene and they're back and they're studying for their exams and whatever, and Ron says, "Wonder what it's like to have a peaceful life," and that one just absolutely kills me because I can so relate to that. It's not even funny. What is funny? But that's so one of my favorites. Just real quick, I want to welcome in Candy Mom 15, Cynthia. How are you? And Jim, more sunshine, please. Thanks for joining. It's good to see you guys. Pam, did I welcome you in? I don't remember. And if I did not, Pam, it is good to see you. Welcome. Anyone else I forgot, I apologize. Um, and then the last quote that I had was, of course, dragons are seriously misunderstood creatures, which I think is just in the movies, if my memory serves me correct. I don't think it's in the book, but it could
Which
be
one was
wrong.
that? Sorry, I couldn't. My earphone moved and I couldn't quite hear you properly.
The Hagrid, I can't talk today. The Hagrid quote: "Dragons are seriously misunderstood creatures." Yeah. So that's my tops. I love dragons. I couldn't agree more with Hagrid. Dragons are my mythical creature. They are my top. So yeah.
I would pick a unicorn, but
So would my daughter, but they're nice. They're pretty. But
it's
they're
it's the national animal of Scotland. We're one of the ones with a fictional animal. So
really.
yeah.
That's good to know. I didn't know that. Fun facts. I love it. All right. So I think if we're done with quotes, we can scurry along. Um, and now I'm pretty basic with what I was thinking up for how I would have done the movies differently. So I'm very curious as to what you would have done differently.
Oh, see, now I have a whole remake of Philosopher's Stone in my head. So, like I say, I don't envision anything that I create as a movie. It's a high budget Netflix or HBO show in my head. And I talked about this last week, and I've thought more and more about it. The movie needs to open with the same way the book opens, the introduction of the Dursleys, and a very mundane, boring world that gradually gets weirder and weirder until there's like Albus Dumbledore's popping up in Privet Drive. Like it needs to establish a real world and then make it crazy. The movie lost something by just bang, and then it's everything's crazy from now on. That slow establishing could be much better. Most of my issues, I mean, it's a very faithful adaptation. Really, we talked about that last week. Like, it's a fairly close book to film. This is the opposite of anything I would normally say. I think they were almost too slavish to the book. Because you can't just take a book and put it on film. It doesn't work. You need to make some changes. I think they made the wrong changes, the ones that they made. I would have had Diagon Alley as a much crazier place. It would have just been wild, because I think the film does a reasonable job when you first walk in and it's this off kilter weird alley. But I think it needed to be like crazy, because that's Harry's first step into the magical world, and it needs to be so unlike anything that he's seen. So in my head, Diagon Alley would have been insane and have been like just properly buildings stacked on top of buildings, just this higgledy-piggledy mess of a street with things happening, stuff going off all over the place. Just absolute madness. And I think I would extend that into Hogwarts. One of the things that I love in the books, and they touched on it in the films with all the staircases like to change, but like you see it once and it's a very boring sort of a staircase, like physically moves. I imagine it is when you're not looking, it may just go somewhere else.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, and not just in Philosopher's Stone, but through the books, Hogwarts is a weird place. You can wind up in in rooms that you have never known you never knew existed. I know in the fourth book where you have to tickle the pear on a painting to get access to a room, to get access to the kitchens. So it just hey, make Hogwarts really weird, and have and it's not in the books, but have an adjustment period for Harry where this is really strange for a Muggle born going in, and so it's more like little things like that that are either going to slightly change the tone of the film, or just illustrate the difference between what Harry's life was before, which we see very little of, and what it becomes after, which should have been more extreme, more crazy. The last sort of thing on that point was, in the books they have like random steps that'll just trap you where you are, magic going off in the corridors, which is against the rules, but like that, and we didn't get any of that in the sense of just it must be insane to go to this place and live like that. And I'm still bitter that they cut out the rest of the Norbert storyline.
Yeah.
Because they introduce it for almost no reason in the film. I know that Malfoy still spots Norbert and they get detention. They could have got detention for everything without the midnight trek to the astronomy tower to drop him off. There's no reason to even introduce him. If you're, so that would have been front and center. So yeah, just make the Wizarding World so much crazier than it is, and make the Muggle world have much more of it, and make it really mundane, because you need to see the difference. And and that's my main pitch. Just
yeah, that's good. I agree 100%. You need to be much more drastic to show the comparison between the world that Harry came from and the world that he entered. 100%. Yeah, couldn't agree more. Yeah, I mean, mine didn't really differ too much. I mean, if I'm really thinking technical, I probably would have. I know the movie was 2 hours and 14 minutes long, as it is. But I mean, if you're going to go that,
I thought it was longer than that, but that sounds right. I just thought it was.
Yeah.
It feels longer when I watch it.
Yeah. First, I want to welcome in Tina Mcneil, which I don't think I've welcomed in yet, and Karen D. Thank you guys for joining. It's good to see you. I mean, if you're gonna make a movie that long in the first place, I mean, I've sat through 3-hour movies that were worse, believe it or not. Like, I won't go there, but at least have all the core elements that are essential. But yeah, I mean, I keep using the word essential, but literally that's what these scenes were. And you have, you're absolutely right. That Norbert scene, it was like, okay, what was the point of the dragon? And in the book, it tells you why. This was the point, this is what happened. And it leads up to very important things. Carlos, Disney World Freak, welcome in. Thanks for joining us. Good to see you. But yeah, I mean, I probably would have picked the meaty portions of each chapter, and I wouldn't have skimped. I mean, skimp on the subtle things that really, But something else that I think I realized, I don't think in the book, I mean, in the movies, no, in the book, did Seamus Finnegan, did he really like burn his eyebrows off in the book? Was that just in the movies? Did they make him like the pyrotechnic in the movies, or was he like that in the book? Do you remember?
I think there's like one line in the first book,
Okay,
where it says that his eyebrows were smoking or some such thing, but it's certainly not the big gag in every film that he blows something up. He doesn't blow up feathers and everything. Yeah, it's definitely that's definitely a movie thing.
Yeah. Okay. So so like little things like that, you can skimp on, because if you're going to put it in a movie, what's really the point? The point of the movie is to bring the whole plot together and to have everything on the outskirts just kind of mesh well with the plot, with the middle. But yeah, that was my biggest thing too, and I had written that down, was Forbidden Forest and Never. And something else I also realized was, in the movies they don't have Harry. I don't think they have Harry riding on Firenze's back. I think that's just in the books, which is,
you're right.
Yeah, I think it's one of the more important parts, because that also kind of sets the scene up for the relationship. And I think it's the third and the fourth books with the centaurs, and the fifth books even too. It really kind of, it presents itself right as it is, as a foreshadowing of for the rest of the book. But yeah, so pretty much the same. I think our ideas are aligned pretty well, and so if anybody wants to come in and talk Harry Potter, give their opinions on anything that we've talked about, or anything that we're going to talk about, I put a link in. I'm going to put one in again, just to have some consistency. And let me see real quick. I just wanted you. Dougie, have you typed anything in the chat yet?
Me? I don't think so.
Okay, type something real quick. And for my next trick. There we go. Okay, so Dougie, feel free to post any of your links that you would like. But yeah, okay, sorry, lost my train of thought for a second there, trying to do a trick. So I think I wanted to touch a little bit on some of our favorite scenes, whether it be book or movie. So I'll let you go first, Dougie. Anything that comes to your mind.
Okay, so book is and it's in the extended edition of the film, but not the theatrical cut. Is the Hagrid? It's a very short bit, but it's Hagrid on the Muggle transport taking Harry to Diagon Alley, and that whole exchange, because one, you've got the amazing image of Hagrid the giant, like I think riding a subway style train, and being jammed in there, which I liked. It's very amusing, but also has the wizards don't understand the Muggle world either. Like they're as separate from it as the Muggles are from theirs. There's no crossover. They don't really understand the money, everything, and I really, really like that. It just amused me to no end when I first read it when I was younger, and it still kind of does. And I think Hagrid's knitting whilst he's thing. I love the juxtaposition of this big, giant, scary-looking man just sitting knitting something canary yellow, I think it was. I can't remember. And I love it. I absolutely love it. Other scenes would be, in the movie, one thing I thought they did really well was the first entrance into the Great Hall. You see the floating candles and the sky and the roof and the just the size and the scale of it. That was awesomely done, like really, really well done. One of the times I thought they actually captured something like an image really, really well. Apart from that, I do enjoy obviously the chess scene is really, really good in both. I prefer the book because Hermione goes on to do more, and that's a scene that I wish was in the thing. We talked about that a little bit last week, like the change sort of roles of Ron and Hermione. He's been dumbed down, and then she gets a really important part of it taken away from her.
Yeah.
That should have been in there. But yeah, the getting to the place where the Philosopher's Stone is being kept is a really, really good, really, really good sequence in the books and the film. And I kind of lose interest once he actually gets there and faces off against Quirrell and stuff. Like I'm not as interested, but the journey to get there is awesome.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. It's like, yeah, they could have did so to have those scenes about the journey to get to the Sorcerer's Stone, to put that to movie, that just would have been phenomenal. I could just picture it in my head, but I mean, it's yeah, I agree.
I think later, as they got more confident in what they were doing, if the movie had been made later, it would have been different. The chess pieces would have been like more animated and done more. Even the sequence with catching the key would have been crazier. I think, it was 2001. It was the first film, and they weren't quite confident with it. But it still works on film as it is.
Yeah.
But the book is just the book. That's the best bit of the book.
Yeah.
It's the going from the challenge to challenge. Fantastic.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, as far as my favorite, my favorite actually, when I first read the book, I think what I was really enamored with was the forest scene, and I don't exactly know why, but it just the whole, like it brought a little bit more information, I feel like, to the whole situation at hand. In fact, more than the movie did, obviously, but yeah. I mean, I've listened to the audiobooks as I do things around the house, and so I've been listening to the book for the last couple of weeks. But I just went and some scenes I have to go back and read for myself and not listen to. I listened to the Jim Dale version, which I absolutely love because he's so animated.
I want to hear the Jim Dale version so bad. You can't. It costs so much to get them over, to get them to, because audiobooks they're expensive in the UK. From my visits to the US, they are even more expensive. And your books are expensive over there.
Yeah.
Like, I went to, I visited like proper bookshops and then places like Walmart, etc. And your books are so expensive compared to over here. We don't pay any sort of sales tax on books. I don't know if there is in the US, but like you can go to a supermarket here and grab 2 Harry Potter books for £7, which is what, like $10 at the moment. I don't think there's many places you could walk in the States and buy 2 Harry Potter books for $10 in a box set, yeah, but not just like buying 2 books. But yeah, so I would love to hear the Jim Dale versions, because he does all these different voices and stuff I've heard, and just
he's really good. There's actually, I found. Am I going to get in trouble for saying this? I found a couple of websites that have them for free, the Jim Dale version. So I've been kind of cheating. Don't judge. But that's how I've been, skimming on through, is listening to those. And I like to read books as much as I can, but when I have my head down like this for so long, I get pinched nerve in my neck and I get silent migraines, and it sets off vertigo and body pain and all the fun stuff, fireworks galore. So I like to listen to the audiobooks when we're around the house, but yeah, if I can, I'll send that to you too. Maybe you can do that. So yeah. But yeah, there's nothing like for me. I've tried to listen to both. I forget who the other guy is, but it doesn't even matter because Jim Dale's the only narrator audiobook guy that really matters to me because he's just amazing. But anyway, so yeah, but some scenes I really just I want to go back and I just want to read it in my own head and just get a feel for it. And it's just this, there's listening to an audiobook and then there's like reading the book for yourself in your own mind, in your own voice, in your head, and it just grips you. It grips you differently. But yeah, that's that and it's any scene with Peeve is gonna be at the top of my list. Peeves because he's just, he's so funny. I just love that. And he did we discuss this or did I read this in an article? But he reminds me of. Have you ever seen Drop Dead Fred?
Yes, yeah. So yeah, Rick Mail, who was the guy that was going to play him, and he shot for a whole day, and then they decided actually we're not going to have Peeves in the movie anymore.
That's such a travesty because they would have been just before I even learned that I had him in my head for Peeves before I even. It just killed me. Yeah, but anyways, so those are some of my scenes that I would do. I don't know, Dougie, do you have anything else? Anything that you want to say about the books, movies, anything that you're just dying to get off your chest?
No, I would just repeat that I think that book one is a really, really solid starter novel. I don't know that the first film is a good introduction to the franchise. There's a lot lost in the adaptation, and it's a very sort of staged film. I don't care. I don't care really if people get into Harry Potter through books or film. I'm not a snob about it, but I don't think really you can enjoy the first Harry Potter film the same if you don't know the book. I would say that of all of them, but the first one in particular just works better as a book than it does a film. Some of the films are good standalone films. You don't need to have read the book, but not the first one. So if you're thinking about reading them and you haven't, I don't know why you wouldn't have, but start with the book. Don't go to the film first.
Yeah, like I said this last week, but I started watching I watched them first, and I started watching the second one, and then I watched the third one, not even seeing the first one. That was.
But if you're going to watch the films, that's the way I would do it because I don't think the first one's a good place to start. I think the first one would put a lot of people off the films. I think you need to be in love with Harry Potter before you watch the first film.
Well, and I'll tell you, it's I forgot what I was going to say, but that's okay. Yeah, I mean, even when I went back and watched the first one, yeah, that's what I was going to say. It really didn't make a difference. It was like, oh, okay, yeah, like I picked up on, by that time I had figured things out. But when I read the last book, because I saw all the movies in order, finally, and then I read the last book before I read any of the other books, like I said, because I wanted to, it was before the last movie, the 2-part movies had come out. And I wanted to read the book at least. And I didn't have time to read all the books, so I just read the last one. And oh my goodness, was it a shocker, because I'm like, what's this? There were so many things, and I was like, who's Peeves? That was one of the big ones. There's Peeves. I don't even know if he's in the 7th one, but at some point along my book journey, I was like, how did they not put this character? And I keep talking about Peeves like he's the love of my life, but I kind of feel like he is. Like, it's like, oh my goodness, he's so great. But yeah, I mean, and then finally, after I read the last book, I went back and read all the books from the beginning through, and everything just made so much more sense because I had to. How do you read the last book and then you're like, how can I not go and start from the beginning now? Because even reading the last book captivated me. It pulled me in, and in fact, for a while, I thought maybe after I read all the books, I thought maybe this could be my favorite book. Um, and even now I teeter back and forth between Prisoner of Azkaban, Order of Phoenix, and Deathly Hallows.
I disagree a lot about Order of the Phoenix. I would put that book in the bin. But there we go.
Really?
Oh, I hate it. It's so
Yeah.
boring.
It doesn't have anything to do with a certain professor that dresses in Pepto Pink, does it?
Oh, I love Umbridge. Like I hate her way, but like I love to hate Umbridge. But
Yeah.
there's a lot of just unnecessary detail in that book about exams, and it just goes on, and that's why it's like a million pages long. Not because it's full of exciting things. Exams.
Yeah, I agree. I would kind of doze off at some of those parts, and I'm like, oh, is this necessary? But yeah, I agree with you. All right, so let's get into trivia. Where's my trivia? I'll be right back. Actually, while I'm going to get it, Dougie, what is your favorite piece of Harry Potter? Anything that you have? What's your favorite?
Oh, how difficult. Okay. Can't reach it. I can reach some of the things. I'm just going to talk about an edition of the book rather than a collectible, or editions of the book, right? So we talked about earlier, I collect Harry Potter books. I only have one full foreign language set, which is the German books. And I just think they're real pretty. The German ones, they're all in like hardback, and I think they're really pretty, and I love them lots. And though that's it really.
Well, that's good. You help me fill some time so I could find my trivia, so that's a bonus. But yeah, I have a lot of different Harry Potter things. Obviously, you've seen my castle, but I have a mess. That's what I have. I got this guy for Christmas. I didn't even ask for him. My sister-in-law got him for Christmas, the Quidditch edition, and it's my only Funko Pop that I have. And I absolutely love this guy. But then there's these little wands. I think I showed you these too. That I can't.
Oh,
Yeah. And yeah, there's so much stuff out there. I feel like my house would be. There's not enough room in my house for all the Harry Potter stuff that I want. Although I did just order something like the castle. It's a Quidditch pitch, and then I think it's one of the shops at Diagon Alley off of Amazon. I don't know if you've seen it.
yeah, I think the one of the local jeweler places now sells all these Harry Potter things, and some of them are really, really nice.
Hmm.
Really, really nice.
Yeah, there's some pretty decent stuff out there. Candy Mom 15, Cynthia says, Dougie, mail me the cover. LOL. Oh, and I'm gonna do a little catch up on chat before we do trivia because I missed a lot of stuff, guys, and I apologize, including Pam. Pam, I don't know if you're still listening, but thank you so much for joining. Enjoy making dinner. I hope it's peaceful and relaxing. Mike says, I think it's better if you watch the movies first and then read the books because then you aren't upset that the 7 books aren't in the movie when you read the books. That's an interesting perspective. Tina Mcneil says, yes, if I was still reading books, I would definitely read the books before watching the movies. Yeah. Yeah. And Tina Mcneil mentions that she has Scottish ancestry. I love that. I have quite a bit of Scottish ancestry in me, and I think it's probably one of the many reasons why I really enjoy you, Dougie, is because before I even met you, before I even knew of you, we had just found out that we knew that we were English and Irish, smidge Irish, and Italian. But we didn't really know too much about Scottish, and then we found my aunt did all this ancestry, and found out that our ancestors go as far back as King James of Scotland, and I'm enamored with that because I love anything to do with like kings and queens. I just obsessed. I'm a history buff and I love that stuff. But when I found that out, I was bragging all over, not bragging, I was just excited and I was, posting it all over Facebook. And my friend Rachel, the one who got me the Harry Potter socks from the UK, her brother-in-law lives over there, so they go over there frequently. And she says, I wouldn't really go around proudly pronouncing that. And I was like, why not? And then I did all this research and I was like, oh, okay. But I don't care. I love it. It's history and it's fascinating. And then I find this remarkable gentleman from Scotland and I'm like, right up my alley. There's my new favorite YouTuber. And it was all over after that. But yeah. That's enough of me. Let's do some trivia. All right. I just gave myself a paper cut. Okay. So we're gonna start off. We'll do what? We've got roughly about 10 minutes or so. So we'll do about 5 trivia questions. Oh, and the prize is, I'm gonna present myself real quick if I don't break the stream. Is this Magical Creatures Mystery Cube? Which one will you get? We don't know. I kind of don't even want to give it up because I want one for myself. There was only 3 left at Walmart, and I was like, do I get one for myself? No. I was a good girl. So, anyways, all right. First question. This is for chat. Dougie, if you would like to participate, feel free. Might be a little unfair because you would get all of these in a heartbeat, but
like not necessarily. My Harry Potter trivia is atrocious.
Is it really? Okay, then you're in. You got to do this. All right, I'll give you an easy one first. How's this? What is Dumbledore's first name?
So I'm not going to answer because I get to answer before everybody else in the chat.
You could type it in the chat if you want.
Okay, race into the chat. There it is. People have got it. It's good.
That's right, Tina Mcneil. You need to learn from the bad stuff in history or else you repeat it. That's so true. I love the answers that are coming in. All right. Mike, I absolutely love your speak to text. It cracks me up every time when we're doing trivia on Amy streams. All right, so let's see. Who was first? Don't break the stream. Yeah, right? Let's see. Okay. It looks like Piglet Roo. I want so badly to say Piglet Roo, just because that cracks me up the way the Dizzleneck guy say it, but I know it's not. Piglet Roo is first on my screen. I see that she put in. So I'm going to mark that down. And I don't think there's anybody on at 3 that I know of. So even if we run a little bit over, I'm okay with that if you're okay with that, Dougie.
Oh, yep, it's all good.
Okay. And if there is somebody on it at 3, please let me know. I know last week Joey had his birthday stream. So let me see. So that's Piglet 1. Okay, I don't know how you guys do this when you do trivia. Okay, next question. let's see. Okay. Let's see. When the story stops, where is Harry's room at the Dursleys located?
I get it. I get it. Can't spell. Wrong.
Okay, nerd talk at 4 p.m. Okay, so I won't be stepping on anyone else's toes. Let's see. Who was first? Dougie was first on my screen.
I don't think I should be able to earn any points, though I hear you a long time before they do.
Is that true?
Yeah, like 15, 20 seconds at least.
Okay. Well, you weren't first on the first one, so there's a bonus. But everyone else is coming in. I will give. Who was the next person? Piglet Roo said in the closet. Amy said the closet under the stairs. So, the answer I have here is under the stairs, but you guys are all giving the right answers. I'll give the next one in line another point. I'll give Piglet Roo another point because she was second. Excuse me. All right, let's go on to the third one. Let's see. I'm gonna skip along here and go to some maybe more difficult ones. What is Filch's cat's name? Filch is the care. I think we call him the caretaker. I sliced my hand right open. Sorry, Dougie. What was that?
I'm going to the chat. I'm going to the chat. There we go.
Katrina, welcome in. I didn't see Katrina. Did I see Katrina? Or is that Mikey speak to text? No, that was James Wright that said that. Okay. Oh, there's Katrina. Dune in the weave room underneath the stairs. Okay.
I know Kat. Kat went to the same school as me, and she does Harry Potter tours in Edinburgh. Like guided Harry Potter tours of Edinburgh.
Oh my goodness, that is so awesome. Yeah, I'm going to give her a point just for saying that. Welcome to Team Marie Photography's Library Matinee, where the trivia is made up and the points don't matter. Yeah. Okay, next question. Oh wait, I didn't give a point to look at that. All right, so Dougie was first on my screen, and then Mike Wheeler was next. Guys, I'm the worst at this. Why do you let me do trivia? Okay, next one. Moving quite along. Skip a couple of pages because you know I have 30 of them. Let's see. What was the name of the three-headed dog?
I should just leave the chat open.
Am I giving you easy ones, Dougie? I was expecting these to be so much hotter. Okay, here's a good one. Okay, so who came up first? That one. Let's see. Obviously, Dougie again. You know, I'm thinking. Okay, Piglet Roo. Once again. Okay, next question. Let me know if I'm going too fast for you guys. I lost the question. Where did it go? Really? Oh, there it is. What does the elixir of life do to a person who drinks it?
I don't know how I would answer that because it doesn't make them live forever because they have to keep taking it. So it extends their life, I would say. Yeah.
And Piglet Roo is also correct. It gives them eternal life because the answer here I have is makes them immortal, which is pretty much the same thing. And aligns with what Dougie said also. All right, let's see. Let's do some different ones. All right. That one's way too easy. All right, here we go. Here's this one. I think it might be pretty difficult. On which holiday did Voldemort kill Harry's parents? Thank you, Amy.
I'll give the chat a couple of seconds to hear, and then I will say it was Halloween.
Okay. Oh. Dougie, you're the only one that got this one right. Correct answer. Karen D. H-Een. Okay, I need an accent on that one. Can I get an accent check? Or is that she just mistyped it? Do you see that, Dougie? So Karen typed H apostrophe E-E.
Yeah, that's just a shortened version of Halloween.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if that was like, do I need an accent check on that one? Because I know she's from Scotland too. Right. Okay. All right. Give that one to Karen D. Dougie, if I keep giving you points, you're going to get all the points, and I'm already sending you a huge box of stuff anyway. So.
Told you I don't want my points to be counted.
That's okay. You can keep answering though. I'm enjoying it.
Here for the moral victory.
That's all that matters. Okay. Let's see. Okay, why is this question? This is not a Sorcerer's Stone question. What is Bellatrix's last name? Don't answer that, guys. I just had to read that to you because that's not a Sorcerer's Stone question. We don't know about Bellatrix yet, as far as this is concerned. I don't think, right? Yeah, no. Okay. Let's see. Too easy. Okay. What is the name of the magical device that turns off streetlights that Dumbledore has at the beginning of the movie? Or books, too.
Well, in the first book, they only call it the Put Outer. It's later revealed to be the Deluminator, but
right.
The first one, the Put Outer.
That's right. That's what it is here. The Put Outer. Oh, okay, Karen. I get it. All right. Oh, I'm in the wrong screen again. Mike Wheeler says Lumos. Close, Mike. That's the spell that you say to turn lights off. No, when you want to light things. Ignore me. That was incorrect. That was not good. Later on in the books, it is called the Deluminator. In the first book, it's called something else. I'm going to give Karen D a point just because it is called the Deluminator in the future books. Oh, and now she heard you. Okay, we'll call it. We'll give it to you, Karen D. It's also called the Putter Outer. Yeah. Yep, the Putter Outer. The Putter Out. I lost the page now. Okay, I'm gonna shut my mouth and just do some more questions. Okay. Let's see. Okay, which ball do the chasers on a Quidditch team throw to each other?
A quaffle.
Yep. Let's see if anybody else is going to pipe in. The Quaffle, these names are that she came up with are incredible. Like, there we go. Karen D with the Quaffle. My phone, sorry. The panpipes on my phone. Let's see. All right. Next question. How many players on each side of a Quidditch team?
7. Although, in the Scottish translation, Quidditch is called Bisonball. Just random information for you.
Oh my gosh. And Caitlin Helmer comes in with, let me just go make sure, with 7.
3 chasers, 2 beaters, a seeker, and a keeper.
That's right. If you played Quidditch, I know that you're not a sports guy, but if you did play Quidditch, which one decision would you
I don't think there's a broomstick that would keep me in the air, but
oh, God.
if there was, it'd have to be a beater.
Awesome. How come
you have to be small and sleek to be a seeker, but I think I'd be quite good at just battering folk with.
Gotcha. Yeah. I never thought about that question, so I don't think I have an answer, but I've never liked things like dodgeball or soccer, that balls that come flying at your head. It's not exactly my thing. Tina Mcneil says not a keeper.
Ach, no, 100% not. No, I would never catch anything. Every single goal would go in. The beaters where I can do the sort of the least damage to the team. Although I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't think I could get on a broomstick. I'd be way too scared to just fly holding on to a stick.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Like a piece of wood between you and death.
Yes, no, thank you.
Yeah, I agree. All right, next question. Which metal are galleons made from?
So galleons are the gold ones. Geltet.
Yep. Is that what it is in Scottish?
I don't know. But gold type of so I mean gelt. That's but. What are the houses again? I think it's still Gryffindor and Slytherin, not Slytherin, but Slytherin, and Ravenclaw is Corby Clook, and Hufflepuff is Hecklepick. I think.
Could you just keep saying that for the rest of the stream?
And what's the Sorting Hat? That's the Blethering Bunnet. And Albus Dumbledore is Albus Dumby Dykes because there's a place called Dumby Dykes in Scotland, so it's Albus Dumby Dykes. The Scottish version's phenomenal. I love how no one would understand it. That's my favourite. It's still technically in English, but no one would understand a word of it.
That's awesome. Oh my goodness. All right, next question. Here's one. Where did Harry first meet Draco?
I think I said this last week. Madame Malkin's robes for all occasions.
Yep. And I forgot to give a point to someone for the last question because I was so enamored with the Scottish talk. Let's see. Not that that's your fault. That's my own fault.
Piglet Rue's the first person I see.
I see it. All right. Piglet Rue. Oops. Yeah, okay. All right. Let's see. Am I going to give a point for in the robe shop? Yes, I will give a point for that because that's what it says. Dougie is just extraordinary and gives the full name because he can. Let's see. All right. And that was Karen D got it with the robes shop. The robe shop. Not the train station, James Ryan. In fact, I don't even think he has an encounter with him on the train station in the first book, does he? I think it's at Hogwarts when they finally get there.
I think he's on the train in the first book.
Really?
I think it's Hogwarts in the film, but I'm sure he comes in. I'm sure the whole your Harry Potter thing is in the train in the book.
Okay, yeah, you might be right, actually. Good guess, James, good guess. But it is the robe shop. Okay, and that point went to Karen D. Okay, next question. I've given a lot of questions. We'll do a couple more. Let's see. Why doesn't Hagrid like cats?
Oh, I don't remember this. I genuinely don't know this.
Actually, I didn't realize this until I just reread it last week. And I think it's an awful reason for not liking cats because I can relate to Hagrid on this, but I love cats regardless. Karen D says Dougie was clearly lying when he said his trivia knowledge is poor.
No, I don't know this one. It's annoying me that I don't know it.
So I'll ask it again because I don't see any answers popping up here. Oh, no, there it is. Piglet Roo got it. He's allergic. They make him sneeze.
Ah.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
That's the reason why we don't have a cat. Otherwise, I'd be the crazy cat lady.
Because that's why he buys him an owl.
Yeah.
You can't have a toad because toads are unfashionable.
Yep.
And I'm allergic to cats. Make me sneeze. Ah, Dougie.
That's
Your
okay.
show.
There's nothing but grace in the show. You're good. Okay, let's see. What else? What kind of wood is Harry's wand made from? Sorry.
It's the holly wand.
Actually, this is something different.
Oh,
Yeah, as soon as I get some answers popping in. It says, go ahead.
Harry's wand.
Yeah, it says yew tree.
No, he's definitely holly.
That's why I'm like, all right, we're gonna forget that. Ignore that question. Nix it.
Holly, 11 inches, phoenix feather in the book. Holly, 15 inches, phoenix feather in the films.
That's what I thought too. All right, I thought that looked odd. All right, we'll move on to a different question. Disregard that one. All right, which 4 animals are on the Hogwarts crest? Can't talk.
Slytherin has the snake, Gryffindor has the lion, Hufflepuff has the badger, and Ravenclaw has the eagle, not a raven. Which all the Ravenclaws are upset because, including me, because the colors are wrong in all the merchandise. It's meant to be sort of a blue and bronzy color, and they've sort of done blue and silver, and also everything has a raven on it instead of an eagle.
True.
It's a strange thing to get upset about, but we all get very upset.
All right. Okay, and Piglet Roo got it first. All right, let's see. I'm going to do 2 more questions. According to his trading card, Dumbledore is famous for defeating which dark wizard in 1945?
Gellert Grindelwald.
Yeah.
Not a fan of those films.
Really, I've only seen the first one, and I thought it was enjoyable. But
okay, yeah, I think that's fair. I think I enjoyed the first one fine enough. The second one is really not good.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but a lot of people said that, which is probably why I haven't seen it yet, because it kind of when I get negative reviews, I mean, it's not going to stop me from watching something, but it definitely puts a bad taste in my mouth. Not that it's a bad thing, because someone's opinion. But then there are other times when I'll watch something and I'll completely disagree with someone, and I'll actually love it. But we'll see.
Well, yeah, I would definitely recommend watching it. Decide for yourself, but I just hated it. I was so angry all the way through it.
Oh no.
None of it makes any sense. It can't have happened.
Kind of like Frozen 2, nothing makes sense, huh?
I haven't seen Frozen 2.
Oh, yeah. We won't get into that. That's another stream. All right, let's see. Karen D says Grindle something. Oh gosh, you guys. Piglet says Grindle Holtz. Guys. You guys are so close. Should I give the name away?
I'm gonna post it in the chat, and they can whoever can copy and paste it first can win.
It's a race to the finish. Piglet Russo's Grindelwald. Well, there we go. All right, I'm giving it to Caitlin Helmer because she typed in the full name. Caitlin gets a point. All right, one more question. All right, I like this one. What was Nearly Headless Nick's name when he was alive? His full name.
Sir Nicholas de Mimsy Porpington.
Yep. That it is.
I'm very pleased with myself.
That's impressive. I don't know if I could have answered some of these without the answer.
You happen to have asked questions that I know. There's a lot of Harry Potter stuff I don't know. And I don't know any, how she does all this. It's not called Pottermore anymore. I don't remember what it's called now. There's all this stuff she puts on Pottermore about it. I don't know anything about that. I just know what's in the books. And
yeah, I'm sure there's a world of information out there that is unbeknownst to me as well. Close, Karen D. Close. Very close.
oh, she's getting there.
Yeah. I'll give you a point for what you got so far. How's that? See if anybody else comes up with it. The full extent of it. Need to have some music going on here. There you go. Caitlin got it. Katie Bug. That's my friend's daughter. That's okay, Karen. What you did was good. I gave you a point for it, okay? You've done well. All right, I'm going to end it at that. And let's see who won. Oh, we have Piglet Roo with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points. We have Karen D with 5 points. We have Dougie with all the points. We have Caitlin with 3 points. Katrina with 1 point. Mike Wheeler with 1 point. And Piglet Roo is our winner. Piglet Roo, message me on any of my social media accounts. If Ahmad could post my Instagram and my Twitter links in the chat, message me your address and I will send this to you. It's the Harry Potter Cube mystery. Okay, I'm done. And I will send it off to you. So, ladies and gents, Next week, book 2, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Dougie, you still on board?
Yes, as long as I don't get called back to work last minute, I will be here.
And as much as I'd love you to go back to work, I like having you here.
I'm okay with not going back to work.
So, yeah. So next week, pretty much the same format. Were you okay with this format, Dougie?
Yes, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
I'll be more prepared for next week than I was for week 1.
You'll probably be more prepared than I will because my brain's a fuddy-duddy mess. But yeah, we'll discuss differences and similarities, and then the week after that we'll head into quotes and things that we liked and trivia because it seems to work out okay this way. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Before I go, there's one more quote that I forgot I wanted to say. It was one of my favorites. I don't know how I forgot to say this. The beginning of the books and the movies, when he says, the twins, we mentioned this last week, honestly, woman, you call ourselves our mother. I'm sorry. I had to end it with that. The Weasley twins are just...
Oh, I love them. I love them so much.
They're great. I just adore them. And that's it. So next, am I forgetting anything? Tonight, what's on tonight? Guys, if you don't have cable, or even if you do have cable, whatever you watch, drop everything that you're watching. Go to theliveplace.com and check out the lineup for tonight. Incredible lineup. We have Amy's got her trivia. Amy, you doing trivia tonight and what time? I think it's at 8 o'clock. It might be at 8 o'clock. And I know that Dean from the Live Place is going live as well. And then we got Doe of Dad at 9 with his DizTube, which I absolutely love. And that's actually where I got a lot of my knowledge about Mr. Walter Graham's hair, was watching DizTube. It's one of my favorites. And yeah. And then he's got his creative talk. And I think that's it. If I'm missing anybody, let me know. Feel free to drop all the links in the chat. Go to theliveplace.com. Check out the lineup. It'll link you right to the YouTube pages. Dean does an amazing job with that website. It's just incredible. So be ready for next week. You guys, seriously, if you want to pop into the show, I'd love to have you. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets is the next book. That's what we're going to be discussing. And I'm like start rambling because I'm like, I swear there's more that I'm supposed to say, but I'm not exactly sure. Monarch Moments, that's right. Excuse me. Monarch Moments at 9 o'clock. And they do some different things. Amy, did you say what time your trivia? You may move it up after Nerd Talk because I wanted to. Okay, you want to catch Dean's show. Okay, so subscribe to AJC Magic TV. Ahmad put her link in there. Check out Amy and her trivia. Amy is amazing. I love watching Amy. I love participating in her streams when she does trivia. She just does a great job, and it's great. And I'm speechless. Can't speak enough. And then that's right, PTV 3D, the Daily Dose of Disney at 6 o'clock on Pepper Tree Villa. Another great channel, guys. And if you don't know, they're just a great group of guys over there. And yeah, Create a Talk with Joe of Dad at 10:30. Okay, so catch the lineup, theliveplace.com. Amy's moving up her trivia to Nerd Talk. Sorry, Kenzie Days, and Russ Stapleton and Diz Our Dream and Tracy Glenn, I believe it is. They're going to be talking Marvel. 4 o'clock. Don't miss it. It's over on Russ Stapleton's YouTube channel. If someone wants to post Russ's link to that too, head over there. Dougie, did you want to say something?
No, I was just like, ooh, Marvel.
Oh,
no, thanks for having me on again. Yeah, much appreciated. I love talking anything Harry Potter. So
thanks for coming on. I agree. Anything Harry Potter, especially if it's in a Scottish accent, is on top of my list. I know. I'm sorry. I'm making you so uncomfortable. I'm so sorry.
It's all good.
Dean is going live at 8 p.m. now on Sunday, so I'm going to change depending on what time Nerd Talk is over right after PTV, is what Amy just said. So subscribe to Amy's channel, AJC Magic TV, so you don't miss her trivia. Don't miss any of her streams, actually, or her videos. She's got a lot of great videos on there, too. That's it, guys. Dougie, what do you have coming up? Anything? I know you've been doing a little bit more lately.
Yes, I have some things filmed. I don't know when I'm putting them out, though. I'm probably going to wait another week until after next Saturday. Every Saturday we have our discussion show. You're normally in the chat, which we appreciate.
Yep.
We do that every Saturday, 8 o'clock UK time. I guess that's 3 o'clock Eastern on that UK Disney Couples channel. And I'm probably going to wait till after that because the channel always sees a good bit of momentum after that, which I don't necessarily like because I don't like, it feels like you're taking advantage of other people, but who cares? It's been a lot of fun doing it, so I'm going to wait till after that, then throw some videos out there.
Awesome. I love it. And I will have a couple of videos coming out this week. One specifically with a pair of ears that was behind me and I forgot to hide because I don't like to debut things without posting the video first. A pair of ears that I got from Mickey's Magical Meg that I absolutely love. She does such a phenomenal work. So that video will come out this week. And then on Thursday, I think we have quarantine pub crawl video that's coming out. Stay tuned to see what kind of pub drink I'm going to be making and how tipsy I'm going to get because that'll be fun. There's the link. Mike posted the link to Amy's channel, guys. Go subscribe to Amy, AJC Magic TV, if you haven't already. And 4 p.m. Nerd Talk on Russ Stapleton's channel. Come check it out. We'll see you there. Dougie, hang out. Don't say goodbye yet. See you guys later. Buttons.